Hello there, fellow summoners. Mad Dog HT here, going back in for the third Alliance War of Season 30. And we're up against this Chinese Alliance, Stella, Deus. These guys are pretty decent, and we're going to try to do our best to take these guys out. I'm on Path 5, Section 1, and this has, on Node 2, it has a thing. It's a Max Sig, Rank 3, Ebb and Flow knockdown, right back at it, and Force of Will. So one thing that we overlooked in our planning was the Force of Will. So I did bring in Falcon because he's just a great counter to Thing, but one thing that I didn't realize on this node, because I don't really take Path 5 a lot, is that it's got Force of Will, and the other two officers that were doing the plan with me didn't realize that as well, and the implications. So basically, even though I do have locked on, I cannot mitigate those rock stacks. And when I pulled up to the fight, I was reading through the nodes. I always go through and read the nodes, take a quick glance at them, especially if it's a lane that I'm not typically going on. And I got to the bottom and I saw that Force of Will, and I'm like, oh, well, it looks like it's going to be a longer fight, and looks like I'm just going to have to play this normal Thing style, deal with the rock stacks, which I'm very comfortable doing. But yeah, I knew this was going to be a long one, so we try to get the knockdowns. We keep hitting them to 15 rock stacks. Here I think I'm going to... on some of these specials, I will back up and heavy counter. Maybe this one? No. And that's going to help me get the knockdown. But again, when he gets knocked down, the right back at it will make him debuff immune. So I can't, I think right here, do I get him? Counter his heavy with my heavy, get the knockdown without stunning him, so we don't have protection up. We get off a big special 3. I'm big boosted. I put on skill power back and special boost. You know, I don't use a lot of skill attackers. I can't even recall the last time I used a skill attacker in war. So, and I always have the power back and the special boost in stock, regardless of what class it is. So when I use these up, next time I see him, I'm gonna fill it back up and just have them readily available, in case, you know, one of my skill champs gets called up, whether it's, you know, Falcon or Kingpin or whatever. So it's almost 3 minutes long, and we're gonna finish this off with a special 3. Very minimal damage taken, but yeah, it surely was a long fight. But again, I'm pretty comfortable dealing with Thing and his rock stacks and all that. So yeah, we take it down. We're gonna move up. Now, originally when we saw this and I got my assignment, I was like, oh, I can just do this with Falcon, because Falcon can bypass Mordo's astral evade when he's locked on. But by the time everything got situated, we had a guy that was going to come up with me and give me a white Magneto guidance pre-fight, so we had that on, and then Torch is just going to be faster. We don't pre-fight or anything like that, we just regular Torch. And I put on a regen boost for the last fight and this fight, simply because I just have them overflowing, and I don't use the regen one a lot, and I figured it could help a little bit. And I thought that this might kill him, but the ebb and flow knockdown got turned back on, and it mitigated that damage. I tried to heavy coming out of that stun, didn't work. I got astral evaded and he went to L3. Luckily, Mordo, he hits like a little sissy, and the L3 doesn't do too much. So not a big deal there. Fairly clean, simple. And yeah, let's move on to the next fight, which is going to be in Section 2. And I'm going up Path 8, and this is where I brought in Cosmic Ghost Rider. I'm putting on all my Cosmic boosts. to get just power back, and this just helps me to nuke down this line super quick. The armor break will basically allow me to not have to worry about the reverb at all on this Killmonger. And so we just kind of do my standard cycle that I use with Cosmic Ghost Rider, which is ending with like doing the vigilance, ending with it, and then do a heavy into like this not the L2, the power gain, and then get off an L2, get a ton of power back, and that guy gets nuked down super quick. And we're gonna basically do the same thing on this one. It's buff Imbalance. This one has rich get richer, and Super Skrull can be pretty tricky because he has so many buffs. So if you can't combat that with your own buffs or get rid of them, and it also has Divine Barrier, it can be a problem. So I go in with a heavy. And you can see every time I accidentally got hit, which actually didn't hurt me that bad because I got the armor up. And now we are going to block that special one so we don't get the dex, and then we're going to go into our special 2. We got the precision and the crit, and the damnation gets rid of all of his buffs. So I had 9 weaknesses on him. I do have the vigilance up so I can bypass the miss, the falter miss, and then I get another special 2 off without all the weaknesses in play. Pushes me all the way up to special 3, and then we finish him off. So pretty easy to deal with Cosmic Ghost Rider, and Divine Barrier doesn't matter because the damnation is not a type of nullification. So Cosmic Ghost Rider doing great. I did throw on an invulnerability boost for that fight, and I probably should have thrown it on for the Killmonger fight. I just wasn't exactly sure how long it would last, and I really wanted it for this one, but you're going to see it doesn't matter. So this has Kinetic, Transference, Feat of Indestructible, and Opportunist. So I'm just going to go in. We do have a Mr. Fantastic Petrify and Suppress on this, and that's going to help control the power that he gets. So you can see I both got a heavy and a full combo off before he got to a special. And then we go and finish the other part of the cycle. We throw off the special 2 with the precision and the crit damage, and then we get back to another special 2. And because the damnation takes off the Feat of Indestructible, when I get to L2, I can do full damage, and Mysterio, not a problem. Didn't have to worry about, him with his reflection stuff or his power drain or anything like that. So that was great. And then last up, I'm going on node 51, Hurt Locker, Power Drain, Power Focus, and Enhanced Special 1 with this Magneto House of X, White Mags. And I'm going in, this is a high ground defender, so I'm going in with Torch with pre-fight on, and we're just gonna block his specials. This is the last fight that I need Torch for. I'm gonna try to do my best to mitigate and turn off the high ground with combos of 10, but in the end it doesn't really matter. So here I finished my next combo to get to 20 a little bit early, so we have high ground going, and we're going to be taking a little bit of damage here and there, but the safe thing here is just to block. And even though it's Enhanced Special 1, which basically means it's unblockable, it is blockable because it's like arrows and rocks are not part of the unblockable part. So because he's throwing rocks at you on that special 1, you can block it. So not the best placement, and Torch easily nukes it down without having to do anything fancy or anything like that. So we move up. We do not take this Mojo. We had a Quake take that. And then as far as the boss goes, I'm going to showcase Werewrym in my battle group. He goes in with his rank 3 Sentinel boost up. We have guidance on there for extra attack, and he throws on an invulnerability boost. But the nice thing is with Sentinel is when he gets full analysis, it's super hard for the opponent to do meaningful damage. Like to be able to crit against Sentinel, it's very difficult. Sentinel is super tanky, and Werewrym would tell you that he's very underrated, and he thinks Sentinel is the best champ in the game. I do think he's pretty good, and Werewrym does great things with Sentinel. So right now, he is trying to get analysis built up as high as possible before he gets WeaponX into his berserk mode, and then once he's in the berserk mode, he can be pretty aggressive, but he's just gonna wait and bait out heavies to get his openings just to be safe, and then when he gets to special 2, he's just gonna light him up. So now the berserk mode has fallen off, and you know, he can block bait heavies and get, you know, counter his specials. And with full analysis, he does he uses half the power when he throws specials. And yeah, so now he's gonna go berserk again. He's gonna wait that out, first unstoppable, and then he baits out a heavy, and boom, go back in, light him up with an L2. The incinerates do a ton of damage. And one nice thing with the Werewrym, how he uses Sentinel, he knows how to counter you know, Champ's specials and heavy attacks and stuff with Sentinel's heavy, where you can get that big shock. I mean, he hasn't done it in this fight. I'm pretty much sticking to the special 2s because he's got those the tech power back boost and all that stuff on. But you can see, like, he is super tanky. I think he will get clipped here towards the end, but that's just gonna take out the invulnerability boost. Yeah, and while it may not be the fastest, this is a very safe and effective method for taking down Wolverine WeaponX. Now he could be doing the 4-hit, you know, combos and dash back and intercept when he's in berserk mode. But he chose to play it fairly safe, and you know, Sentinel can put out a ton of damage on those special 2s. So good job to Werewrym for taking this guy out and soloing our boss. I know a lot of our other battle groups, they will use rank 3 Warlock, who also does a great job at mitigating his regen. Yeah, so there he goes. He tried to counter that. Got hit. I think that's it. I think he's gonna finish him off here with another special 2. Boom, dead. So the war was really good. We started out pretty bad. Our battle group died 4 times, which is way more than we want or anticipated, and we were winning the war. And then our teammate, this guy, we had 1 fight left, and all we had to do was take down that Sorcerer Supreme, and he forgot to take off suicides, and so we ended up dying on that, and we ended up tying 10-10 on deaths. And Stella Deus, they beat us on time, so we lost. It was really unfortunate, and just goes to show you should always read the notes, be prepared, have a plan, don't forget to do your assignments. Yeah, so on the war I had 6 fights, 6 kills, no deaths, 14 fights and 14 kills, no deaths on the season. We lost, so we are at 2-1 as far as our record, and we're in Masters right now, rank 10 overall. But yeah, good job to Stella Deus. They put up a good battle. They came out victorious. And then here's this little collage of all the champs that I have taken down so far and who I've used. And then here's the ranking. It shows 7, but it's really 10th overall in Masters because the top 3 don't get counted in that bracket. And then you'll see, yeah, so GT40 is number 1, Black Mamba is number 2, and then Stella Deus, who just beat us. So if we would have beat them, we would have been number 3 overall, which would have been pretty dang cool. So here's number 7, is right the PYCB. You can see on the next one, we're actually tied with them, so that's why we're still 7th and tied for 10th overall. So here's the leaderboard. Lots of war left in season 30, and yeah, we were off to a pretty decent start. Could have been better, but yeah, we're gonna keep smashing it, doing the best we can. Appreciate you guys watching. Hopefully some of these fights helped and you enjoyed them, and thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next one. Peace.